Hello everyone. We'll be discussing the 2015 A-Level Business Studies Part 2 first question in this video. The first question asks for all organizations have common characteristics. Describe the common characteristics of an organization. So what are the common characteristics of organization? All organizations will have objectives. They will want to achieve something. They'll have whether to gain higher market share or achieve a certain profitability. Then all organizations will have a structure, like it will be a flat structure, a tall structure. It will vary depending on the organization. Then what else? Organization will have different functions. Each organization might have an accounting function, a marketing function, a procurement function, or a production function. Depending on the type of the organization, whether it's manufacturing a good or a service, the size of each function will vary. Then we move on to 1B. Businesses are essential for the existence of society, and first they are asking for the definition of a business. So business is an economic activity that brings together the factors of production. What are the factors of production? Land, labor, capital, enterprise, to create a good or a service to satisfy customer needs and wants. So that's your definition of a business. Okay, so it's a very simple definition. It's an economic activity that brings together the factors of production to create goods and services. Second part of it, they are asking, business are essential for the existence. Why are they essential? So business provides goods and services to satisfy needs and wants. So they manufacture those goods and services. Then also businesses provide employment. Just think, if there is no employment, can people find work? Okay, then by people having work, by businesses creating employment opportunities, it helps employment increase and unemployment decrease. Business also helps community development through their CSR activities. They might help let's say a business will help a certain area hospital, or they might help a school. So it helps the community grow as well. Moving on to question number 2. Name 2 internal resource factors of a business and explain how they'll influence the success of a business. So internal factors mainly are owners, managers, employees. So owners will make sure there's adequate capital to ensure the business can run smoothly. Also the owners will bring business knowledge which will help the business achieve its objective. Managers will all make sure that the business tasks are carried out adequately, and employees also will help create a good product or a good service. Just think, you go into a shop, and if the employees are not courteous to you, would you continue going to that shop? So that will drive away customers compared to driving in customers. So it's all 3 factors are important: owners, managers, and employees. Moving on to 2B, they're asking, name 2 macro environmental factors of a business and how they will influence the failure of a business. So when you say macro environment factors, think of the PES factors: political factors, economic factors, social factors, and technological factors. So how they will push a business to failure is, in the political environment, if there's political instability, will you go and invest? If there is rigid regulation, like it's very, very hard to start a business, would businesses go and start in their operations in a country? Then we move on to the economic environment. When you have high inflation or high interest rates, it's not good for business. Like if there's high interest rates, can you go and borrow from a bank? Will it make the project feasible? Then we move on to social factors. For example, the attitudes of the workforce. If you don't have a flexible workforce, a business might not set up operations in a country. Then technological environment. It's very, very important to have the most latest technology. If a country is not embracing technology, the businesses may not want to go and invest in that country, which all leads to the failure from the macro point where business will find there is failure. Then moving on to question number 3. They're asking for 4 business support services. So when you say business support services, first to definitely think of banking and insurance. Just think of the banks: commercial bank, BOC, HSBC. Then you have insurance companies, for example, Sri Lanka Insurance, AIA, Allianz. Then you can move on to transport. Just assume you're in the import-export business. Air freight and sea freight is very important. Then communication services, like you need Dialog, Mobitel, SLT for you to communicate clearly and to run your email, internet, so on and so forth. Next question they're asking: briefly describe 2 services that are exported from Sri Lanka. Software services is one of the main exports, where we help some of the world's largest companies with their coding. Like we have Virtusa, London Stock Exchange Group, some of the largest in Sri Lanka. Then we have financial services, which we export. Then there's also security services, which we export. Like we provide security for ships passing through some of the world's dangerous sea lanes. Next, we move on to question number 4. They're asking for benefits of a business fulfilling social responsibility. So let's say a business is fulfilling social responsibility, it automatically creates a lot of goodwill and good reputation. That leads to increased customer loyalty. That will also increase to, you can attract good employees. You don't need to go and market yourself out. The good work you're doing will go through word of mouth, and people will want to be part of your firm. Then if you want to expand and your business has a good name, investors will be happy to invest in your business. Next, they're asking the factors that need to be considered when making a code of ethics of a business. So when making a code of ethics of business, you have to look at the nature of the business, the ownership of the business, the nature of the customers, employees. Basically, the code of ethics should encapsulate most of the stakeholders who are important for the business, and you need to understand how the code of ethics will impact each stakeholder. Next, the last one, question number 5. They're saying about Samantha, an owner of a yogurt factory, has decided of the best quality raw materials to improve the product. So the production process is generally input, process, and output. In this case, if Samantha starts using the best of raw materials, yes, there's a possibility of the product quality increasing, but it also matters about the process. So even you put in the best of materials, if your process is not great, the output also will not be great. Take your phone, for example. The company might source the best of material for the phone, but when they are putting together the phone, they don't have a good process, then the output will not be great. Just as a customer, would you buy a phone which breaks down frequently? So again, production process would be input, process, output, and all 3 factors are important in getting a good quality product out. In case you're interested in revision classes, please contact me on 0714-818-909. That is 0714-818-909. Thank you very much.